Hi everybody, Driving with Dane here, coming to you with another interesting video on another pretty much new vehicle. So this one is a 2025 Toyota Tundra Limited. This is the regular iForce, so this is not the hybrid one. And this one is a Limited, so it's got pretty much all of your creature comforts. And you'll notice, obviously, I'm at a used car dealership, but when we climb inside and fire her up, which I'm gonna do right now, actually make sure I shut the door all the way, you'll see that this thing has 49 miles on it, which is about as close to new as you can get. I have sold new cars with less miles than this. So, like I said, this is a Tundra Limited, and this is the newest body style. So I kind of like the way it looks, as I just made fun of in one of my other videos. It looks a little bit like a big Tacoma, and it borrows a lot of stuff from the F-150, in my opinion, because it uses a 3.4 rather than a 3.5 liter twin-turbo V6 with a 10-speed automatic and an available hybrid, just like the F-150s do and have done for a while. Now, there are a couple things I like. I like the way the new center console is laid out. I like the drive mode selector. I like how that is kind of big and chunky and meaty. I like how this has been upgraded. I think this has been a pain point in Toyotas for a long time. I think they just felt kind of outdated. But this is definitely much better. The subscription for the navigation, I'm not really a huge fan of, but that's, you know, of course, just kind of part of the game. I do like this huge storage area underneath here, and I like the way these button controls work. I like that, like for the fan, for example, up is up, down is down. I think that's a really cool way to eliminate having two switches, and these are pretty chunky and feel good. Again, I like the solid metal finish to these. I think that makes them look nice. The ventilated seat feels very nice because it is a little warm and a little humid out, as it tends to get in Iowa. And of course, the interiors look very nice and are very cool. Now, I do have a couple little critiques on this truck in particular. For one is this right here. I think that just sounds and feels a little plasticky for my liking, especially in a truck that's this expensive, you know, and supposed to be this nice. Another one, and this is just kind of a personal gripe, whether there's actually anything wrong with it, it's up to you, but this 360 camera is kind of cool, but it's so superimposed, it makes it hard for me to like actually focus on or get anything from it. So I'm not really a huge fan of that camera view. When you put it in reverse, this backup camera is super useful. Sorry, it's doing that flickering on the camera. I don't know why it does that. I think that's much better, but the 360 camera, when you push this view, I'm not really a fan of. The only other thing I do really have to say about this truck is that twin turbo V6 is very impressive from a power standpoint. The fuel efficiency is definitely better, even though it doesn't look like it in this one. They just, you know, of course, this one hasn't been driven enough. But one thing I don't like is the throttle response. So for example, I'm gonna mat it and then let it go real quick. So you'll notice it revved up, but I've noticed, especially when you're already moving, you can floor it and come all the way off the throttle before you really feel anything. Now, this isn't always the case, and it's not really that big a deal in most driving situations, but as someone who likes cars and trucks a little bit too much and pays a little bit too much attention, it's definitely something I pick up on. One other thing that I don't know why, maybe one of you guys can tell me, but all the new Toyota truck keys I've seen come in this little bag, and I'm not really sure why. I do wish Toyota put remote start on the key fob, but they do have it available through the app. Let me know if you guys like this video. What else do you want to see? Keep driving with Dane.